Hello, it's Jack, and welcome back. This is episode 2 of series 1, getting started in Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. And there's been a couple of updates since the last video. Well, the first one is we have a customer car here that needs quite a few repairs, and the repairs on this vehicle are going to take us through some of the new bits and pieces in the garage. So first off, I got some extra points between videos in terms of experience, and I've upgraded. So I now have faster unscrewing and screwing, which is great. I've got 5% discount in the shop, which is perfect, and I've also got a test path and a repair bench. So the garage has grown. Here we have the repair bench. I'll show you how to use this in a little while. And here we have the test path where we can test brakes and suspension, which is pretty good because this vehicle, this Ford, I think it's an F350, it's part of the DLC pack. So you can see up here, DLC, downloadable content. There's a lot wrong with this vehicle. It's got hard to control. Yes, looks like all the back end stuff because the leaf springs are generally on the back of it. Sway bar front end link B, outer tie rod, that's front, but a lot to replace there. And here we have find and fix any running gear problems. Now, just a tip going forward, okay? 94%, which means that, yeah, we're going to be able to repair maybe some of this. I haven't looked at all the bits and pieces because you can't repair all the parts in this game, unfortunately. Some are unrepairable. But what we do have is a lot to repair at 94%. I will take you through the troubleshooting of how you get and find out which bits need replacing, but looking at this, pretty much all of the running gear needs to be replaced. There'll be some bits and pieces that don't. So generally what I do is I take everything off and then repair and then replace as new as and when required. It's easier, it's a lot quicker, but either way I'll take you through real quick how I'm going to do it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this bad boy on the test path just to show you real quick how this works. So it's disappeared from the garage, which is nice, gives you a place to store an extra car if you wanted to. Here it is sitting up here. We start with this computer here, we say yes, we'd like to proceed with it. We're now sitting in the car, we accelerate, we brake, and it starts its diagnostics. So you can see front brakes are all tip-top condition, but that wasn't reported as being bad anyway. So front brakes are good. We're now going to test the back brakes. I'm assuming they're going to be in good condition as well. Yes, they are. Now then, front suspension. Let's figure out how good is the suspension on this beast. So left hand side's good, right hand side way below par. So the right hand side needs some serious attention on suspension, but that was also on the list. Now back suspension, again, it's a useful tool, but it does take some time. But when there's a lot of faults on it, you know, maybe you feel more comfortable doing it this way. Yeah, so there's a lot wrong. Yeah, there's a lot wrong. So move the car back to the lifter and we're going to crack on. Now we're going to need a lot of parts as well, so maybe I should use a shopping list on this one. And remember, it's 94% fix, 94% or better, which is pretty much brand new parts. Let's get it all the way up. Now I know there's nothing wrong with the brakes on this vehicle, but it's just easier to get access to some of the parts on here if you just take the wheels off anyway. And if we go into our exam mode, you can see things that it's identified as being very, very dodgy. You can see here steering rack is knackered, the outer tie rod, all this is knackered. So when I say knackered, I mean broken. If you're not from the UK or thereabouts, then it means broken basically. So you can see there's a lot to be taken off here. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. Let's start with the front end. Outer tie rod, that's coming off. Inner tie rod, we can't take off the steering rack until we take off the other side. That's going. this needs to come off, but we need to start on the other side. Spring in there, was that on the list? I don't remember. Was the spring dodgy? Let's have a quick look. Steam, yeah, front spring, you can see here, front spring. So that's the spring within the shock absorber itself. So that one there, that spring needs to be taken off the shock absorber, or the damper rather, so this needs to come off as well. Okay, then we're going to switch to the other side real quick. Take off this one. And you can see straight away with that new upgrade, I can take these wheel nuts off much quicker than before. Again, because we need to get the steering rack out, we need to take off the outer tyre rod, although this is in perfect good condition. Well, I'm assuming so, more than 94% anyway. And then we can remove the steering rack, which is good. We need this sway bar off, which means we need to take off this end link. Again, pretty straightforward. Everything else on there, these rubber bushings, let's just do a quick check on anything else that's red. Aha, you see that little monkey up there? That's another one. Aha, that's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. So, we're going to need to replace this bushing, which means we need to take this whole upper suspension arm off. And then this one as well. And I saw in here, if we just do a quick shifty in here. Oh yes. There we have the wheel bearing as well, so that wheel bearing is going to need to come out as well. And we just take off this hubcap, and the wheel bearing's hidden in there, which we can just remove pretty easily. Okay. So, not looking too shabby. That's the, I think, pretty much the front end done. Let's just give it a quick once over. It looks pretty good on the... Oh, it's annoying when it just switches off like that. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, no, no. Did you see that one up there? There's another one. You see, I'm using a combination of looking at the parts list and going through it, but it's sometimes just so much quicker just to do that quick analysis and saying, okay, where's a dodgy part? So I believe it was... Am I going crazy? Did I miss something there? That's the one. Fine, thank you. Yes, that's what I thought. Oh, now it's red. Now you've decided to be red. Okay. Maybe I'm just colourblind. Okay, so that's bottom suspension arm and upper as well, and some bushings. Okie dokie. Let's just see if we can repair any of this. Nope, we can't repair any of it at all. Great. And that's either because the condition is so poor, I believe, at this level in the game, because I know for a fact you can repair actually some of that equipment. But either way, okay. So what do we have? We've got a lot. So some of this is not from this vehicle, some of it's from an older vehicle we've fixed previously. But the new stuff, for example, here we have sway bar front end link. So if we right click it, sorry, we don't want to sell it, that's for sure. No, that should now be in our list of things to buy on our shopping list. As you can see here, sway bar front end link B, that's on there. So we go to the inventory again. We need one of these, that's added, as you can see up there. And then we have this should be in order of arrival. So where are we? Where are we? We don't. Inner tyre rod, link B. Steering rack, thank you very much. Sway bar. Some rubber bushings, we need at least 2. I'm assuming we're going to need a few more, so we're going to get 4 of those. Yeah, at least. And then we should be good. So what's our shopping list say? Go up here, bring out the shopping list. So it's generally all on running gear suspension. So first of all, we will need the sway. Let's just put that in this way, it's quicker, just sway. So we need a sway bar front end link B, thought we only need one of those. I'm gonna get... Just give me 1 second. Just give me... I don't want to spend money I don't need to spend right now. We did only need one of those. Oh no, okay. One is on sway bar front end link B. Okay, and then we've got another sway bar front end link B. Okay, okay, got you. Shopping list again. Let's get another one of those. We also need the front sway bar B. Then we need the ties. Let's just put in tie, it comes up quicker. Inner tie rod, outer tie rod. Steering rack, they're quite expensive I believe. I think they're about $300 I think, aren't they, steering racks? $800, jeepers creepers. And then some bushings. No, let's try and get it, spell it right. We need some bushing, please. Need some bushing. Bush, thank you. Let's get 4 of these. And if I'm not mistaken, a couple of points here. They're good. Suspension arms are good. We don't need to replace those. It's just the bushings in the suspension arm. Okay, cool. Let's get to it. This shouldn't take long at all. Oh, you know what we forgot? Wheel hub bearing. Wheel hub bearing. I knew we forgot something. That's the one. Now, they're only $11. I'm going to get 2. I can always use another one, I'm sure. $11. Okay, shoot me. I spent a little bit of money. Okay, so let's get this building back up again. Okay, so when we do an upper suspension arm like this, or even lower, you'll see it's made up of 3 different, 3 parts. The suspension arm itself, and then you're going to have 2 bushings. So you click on here, and then you pick the bushing that you want to put back in. So if you've got bushings that are within the threshold of 94% for this particular vehicle, you would choose one, let's say 98% or whatever. But we don't in this one. As you can see, the neck we've got these are absolutely knackered, 13% each, so we need to put a new one in there as well, and also here, and then it's built. And then all you need to do, I buy so many bushings, trust me. I mean, you go through them like, you know, hotcakes. I mean, that's 2 on this is 4 on this side alone. Okay, bearing in mind some of these came off the original when I took the arms off initially, so they were actually also still good. Now the other thing we need to do here is put on the front sway bar B, which we're doing, which is fine. But I don't want to connect up. I want to connect up this link B here first of all, which is going in nice and happy. Now this one, if you remember, if we put it in now, you see the front spring's 10%, but the shock absorber itself is good, and the absorber cap is good, but the front spring is 10%, which is broken. Which means we need to go back to the frickin' computer again, because I forgot that. I'd never make a good mechanic, would I? And you're all shouting, no, you crap, get off. Anyway, here we go, front spring. Right, done, dusted. Now let me show you how this spring compressor works over here. I think they call it a spring puller. So, I want to take it to pieces first, right? I've only got one, so I'm going to take it to pieces, yeah? So once it's taken it to pieces, the inventory items will appear as individual items once you take it off here. So now when I go back to inventory, you'll see I've got the new spring obviously here, and then the 3 separate components, because normally they would appear up here as a group component when they're all together, okay? But right now they're down here as 3 different components, which is great because we want to rebuild them but with the new spring. So we come here and we say blah blah blah, and we want to build it with a new spring. Yes, this is good, that's the original. This is the new spring, and here's the original cap. So we build that, and again, I normally build these in maybe 10 or 20 at a time because it saves so much time when you're doing rebuilds and stuff. You just take it off, and now we have a good spring. Oops. Again, we're just going to add that in. Perfectamundo. Yep, looking good. Steering rack. Did we not put that in already? No, we didn't. Oh no, that's right. Steering rack's in. Then we have the inner tie rod. Yes, we need to put that one on. This little outer tie rod here. I think that should be good. Oh no, we didn't put that little wheel hub bearing in. We're just going to shove that in. And then don't forget the little cap on there. Looks good. Hello, I'd like to put this tyre back on. Chunky big tyres, lovely, lovely, lovely. It's in actually pretty good condition, this vehicle, to be fair. Not bad at all. Now then, round the other side. I know you can switch across by staying in the same mode. I just find it easier. You do what you want. It's not that important. Okay, this little sucker needs to go on here. Let's just put this one on. I seem to have come up with an extra tie rod somewhere. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Now I'm assuming that is all the front end done on suspension wise. Let's just have a quick shufty. Yeah, all this on the back end. Anything to do with leaf spring is on the back end, and it's actually quite fun to fix that. And sway bar front end link B. That's done fine. Small rubber bushing, assuming that's on the back. Leaf spring plate, back. I'm assuming these bushings are gonna be in. Well, I hope anyway. They're gonna be on the back end. Okay. Well, let's start with the left side because that was the worst side it came up on the test path. So let's just have a quick shove to get this. As I said, take the wheels off. It makes it easier. Oh, is the axle knackered? Did I not read that? Axle. Oh. I wish I'd never taken this job on now. Okay. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. Yeah, everything's got to bloody come out, hasn't it? Yes, indeed. This is... I better get some good coin for this. I tell you what. Oh, there's just a few problems with it. No, there's not a few problems, my friend. There's a mountain of problems with this vehicle. And how the hell did it get so bad? The rest of the car's like immaculate. Where have you been driving it? Yeah, and this is gonna be taking a little while to put back together, but at least you're seeing here how you take all this. I mean, this is pretty straightforward. Now, when we come to the leaf spring, this is fun because you've got to take out these small rubber bushings from the actual leaf spring itself first. I don't know why it moved over there, to be fair. Can we move back, please? Hello. So yeah, take these little small rubber bushings out, and then you need to take off the leaf spring, the U-bolts and the bottom plate as well, and then you can drop the leaf spring down. Again, I think this is quite rewarding because they're pretty simple to take off. And what a lot of people think, oh no, I can't take this off. No, because you need to move this little plate here. Then you can take this off, and then we're good. But because we're going to have to remove this whole axle, and we'll come to that in a second, we need to dismantle the front drive shaft as well. Well, the car's drive shaft from the front of the engine. Sorry, back of the engine. What are you talking about, man? Okay. Stay with me. This is a marathon. I know, it's a marathon. But it's teaching you a few little bits and pieces that maybe you didn't know before. Especially if you're new to the game. Okay, so this is actually quite a big job. And because we need to replace that axle, the whole damn thing's got to come off. Yeah. So this bit here, this huge bit here, because we're replacing that, otherwise we wouldn't have to do half of this dismantling, but we do, of course. But then maybe I can show you how the repair bench is working as well. Bear in mind, when you are repairing a part, it does cost money. So if you need to repair a part, so like at 25% or 30%, when you get further into the game, you know, nothing's for free here, so it does cost some coin to actually do the repair. Okay, this drive shaft normally comes out pretty easily. I actually started to do this when you can't actually get up there, because it's not, yeah, It's because I don't have it jumping to the part anymore like I used to do, because it kind of annoys me a little bit where it keeps jumping around. So I'll turn that off in the settings, and then sometimes when you're doing drive shafts you can't actually reach one end to the other or the other, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, so once that's out, we can drop this baby. And now, as you can see, we have taken literally all the back end of the car off. Now then, repairs. Yay! The only thing I can repair, apparently, is this leaf spring plate. It's been a while since I've been down at this level of repairs, but I don't understand why I can't repair the others. Maybe they're in good condition, I don't know. And did I just break it? Probably. Okay, so let's do a quick look at what we need to replace. So this is everything this is by arrival. I've sorted by arrival here. So this is all the latest stuff that I've taken off the car. Okay, so we need this, obviously. Just give me a sec. What I'm going to do first of all is just clear the shopping list, otherwise I'm going to get totally confused. So let me get rid of everything out the shopping list. Let me go back to my inventory. What do I need? I need a leaf spring rear drive axle. Nice. I need a leaf spring, because apparently I can't repair that. I need a leaf spring plate that I think I broke. I actually need 2 of those, and there's another one up there. I need leaf spring U-bolt. I need another small rubber bushing. There's actually not that much to repair when you get down to the nitty gritty. Is there really? I mean, I think I have a small... No, I don't have any small rubber bushings. I need to buy one of those. And the knuckle housing C, solid rear drive. He's really messed this car up. What's he been doing? That one we already replaced, so I think that should be it. I didn't see anything else that was dodgy. Alright, let's have a quick look. What's in the shopping list, mother? Here we go. We just type in leaf because you can kill a few birds with one stone by getting that. So we need this, 600 bucks. Okay. 570 with the discount. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Leaf spring. That's over here. We just need one of those. Leaf spring plate. We need 2 of these. I know you can go up and actually change the amount up here, but it's just easier just to press return when there's only a couple that you need. Then we need the U-bolt. We need 3 of these. And then we need the small rubber bushing. So let's get one of those in. Small rubber bushing, thank you very much. And then we need the housing C. I'm just going to put this in. Housing C. I don't think there's that many that come up, to be fair. But make sure you get the correct one. So it's rear axle knuckle housing. Remember in the first video I said use this shopping list because you might want to get this one or this one because they're both on... Well, actually one's a D. This okay. Shut up, guy. This is okay. This is okay. We'll get this one. Thank you very much. Is that the right one? You know, I've been playing this game for so long and I still get caught out by buying the wrong parts. It drives me crazy. And then we need that one. Thank you very much. Right, we should be good to go. There'll be some little bugger that we've missed, I'm sure. I don't know how. Okay, this is the big axle we need to put on first. Okay, so the other one was at 12%, and that was pretty broken. Put that on there. Leaf spring goes in pretty straightforward now, but again, you're replacing the bushings. Don't forget the small bushings again. And again, if you don't use the zoom in tool, it's a lot easier, and it's also a lot quicker. Rear shock absorber B, that was also good. Shove that one on. And then put in these little U's. Have to put in the leaf spring plate. I think it's quite rewarding building the old leaf spring suspensions back up again. I think it's quite enjoyable. Not quite as enjoyable as rebuilding the engines, but there you go. Wheel hub 3. I think we're good with that one. Axles in. Come on, we're nearly there. Nearly there. Brake discs were good on, brake pads were good on, there was nothing wrong with the brakes, they were absolutely solid. You saw that on the test path report. Calipers good, wheels are good. So we're on the home straight now, and this better pay out. I don't know if any of you were looking at how much we've actually earned so far. I didn't take any notice of it. But it's gonna be Going to be nice to see what we earn. Shock absorber. That's the right one. Down here. Okay. Final stretch. And because this is part of the DLC pack, you get the full. It's nice that you can actually get some pretty classy cars to work on. Oh. How did I screw that up? Typical. Oh. New garage, you know, I'm not used to it. You know, they just open up that bit of the workshop. Bushing, bushing, bushing. This could take for... Don't say a word, okay? Do not say a word. Alright. So you can see why sometimes these jobs take longer than anticipated. When you've got a muppet like me on the other end of the mouse. Either way, we're getting there. Let's get that stuck in there. Don't forget, one thing I often forget to do is put the drive shaft back on. Okay. Right, brake disc in. Thank you very much. Pads on. Caliper. I believe it's then the tyre and then it's drive shaft and then we're good. Now I'm going to see if I can get this in properly this time instead of messing around and having to go back down. It's not even a four-wheel drive, is it? I didn't see any drive shafts on the front of the car, so probably not. Okay, let's step away from the cookie jar. And let's have a quick look. What have we got? What? Did I... Why didn't somebody shout out and say, "Hey, Jack, you've missed one of the bolts on. You've missed the bolts off here." Now I've got to go back and do it all again now. Oh, cut! Oh, give me strength! And did you see the actual value? I just caught sight of it when I went back into the parts to the inventory list of what needed to be done. It's only 3,000. I've spent a fortune on it. Right, done. Better more money coming in the bank now. 4,577, and I spent 2,000 on it. Oh, that is just terrible. Finish the order. I've had enough of that. Okay. Well, joking apart, I'm not going to do another car. Not right now. I'll put that into the episode 3 and add a bit more to it because this has been a little longer than I anticipated. Yes, I messed up a couple of things, but you get the general gist. I'll need to look into that repair. I'll have to look online. Like I said, at this level, I'm at level, what am I now? I'm at level 5. I'll be able to upgrade. I'm not quite sure why I couldn't fix some of those parts. I'll look into that and put it down in the comments below if you already know. Like I said, it's been a while since it's been at level 5. Maybe something changed where you can only do if it's a certain percentage damaged or whatever, you can fix it. I don't know. I guess my skills are not that high yet. Either way, okay, so hopefully you've learned quite a bit in terms of the leaf springs and also how to tear apart these shock absorbers. But if we just quickly go to what I'm actually able to do now, see, I can actually unlock a couple of different things here, which would be nice. But I tell you what, that is nice to have. This is the tablet, so it basically tells you, instead of having to go backwards and forwards to the computer to order the parts, you can do it whilst you're working on the car. That is such a time-consuming. It reduces the time it takes to do lots of rebuilds. It's absolutely brilliant. I know it's expensive, but now watch. I can just press T here, and la la! Isn't that great? That is so cool. Okay, that's going to make life a lot easier indeed. Okay, the last thing I'm going to go through, it'll take just a couple of minutes, probably not even that, is inventory. Okay, so we've got lots of inventory now. Okay, and it's starting to get confusing with everything. Okay, what part did I take off when and all the rest of it. Great. So obviously I'm not skilled enough to do many repairs on anything, as you can see. So I could either keep them, and the reason why I'm saying keep them, some of these items are pretty bashed up. Yeah, 12%, 19%. I mean, to be fair, sometimes when you get a job in and it says you have to repair the car up to a certain percentage, like 41%, whatever. These are way too low to keep. It's not worth it. If I could give any advice on the inventory, certainly at the beginning of the game, and also as you get a little bit more experienced, is keep parts up to maybe 50% so that you can reuse them on cars that don't need to be fixed to a higher standard. It'll save you some cash. Also, when your repair skills get better, you'll actually be repairing most of these parts anyway. Well, I say most, quite a few of these parts anyway. But it's just something to bear in mind. But right now, I want to basically get rid of everything that's below sort of like 100% because everything is really. Oh no, these lots are actually okay. So these are 69. So we'll get rid of everything that's below 69%. And the way to do that, and again, when you've got a lot of inventory, this really helps. So it's saying basically sell parts which are going to be below, and as you can see here, you can just choose whatever you want to get rid of. Well, I had some at 69, so I'm going to say that is below or equal to. So I'm going to say below or equal to 68. So I go yes here and bash. You know what I mean? There you go. We'll get into these crates a little bit in another video. Yeah, I don't want to go into that right now. So there's your inventory management. Now I'm just left with brand new parts and some of these rims. Now these rims, they're actually, because we had to replace them, if you remember in the previous video, they're actually worth some money. I mean, these are worth $70 a piece. Yeah, but again, because they're pretty good, that they're actually in good condition or relatively good condition, you might want to save those if you need to put a replacement rim on a different car. Anyway, just some food for thought. Well, that's the end. I've talked for way too long, I believe. I really hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been informative, if not a little bit of fun along the way. I know I screwed up a few times, but hey, that's the way it is. And this is in one sitting, yeah? There's no cutting and pasting. There's no, sorry, when I say cutting and pasting, splicing and dicing with this. Hopefully I'll just get it in one take. So there you go. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. And Jack's out.